Welcome back to the SEC Baseball Nerds Podcast. I'm Patrick Brown.
And I'm Daniel Helms. This is where we talk all things SEC baseball. Today yesterday at least, we had a thriller, but sadly we lost in a heartbreaker where we blew at one point a 4-run lead. What do you think? What are some opinions on that game yesterday against LSU?
This one really hurt. South Carolina loses 11-10 in the ninth inning. Former Gamecock Michael Braswell hit a walk-off double down the third base line. We had talked about his name earlier. Pitching just didn't have enough, as we said. Very limited. Was Tyler on the mound, 4 hits, 3 runs, 1 run, walk, 3 strikeouts. Then the biggest problem, something me and Daniel have been saying a ton, Jake McCoy does not need to be opportunities. He does not even need to be pitching for the Gamecocks. He went 1.1, 3 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts after Cole Messina hit the grand slam. What do you think about Jake McCoy? I mean, why is Mark Kingston still keeping him in there? I don't understand.
Yeah, I do not know what Mark Kingston sees in Jake McCoy. He's to be quite honest, he's not good at what he's doing. He needs something else. Like, he needs to figure something else because he is just pitching terrible. Almost every single time he comes out, it's just like he gets like 2 outs and allows 3 runs or 4 runs, and it's really annoying me. And it's always in big situations where we have like a lead, and then he just blows it, and it's really annoying.
This game was really frustrating because you would have the lead, then it would go away. Let me tell you how it matched up. LSU scored 1 in the second. We scored 5 in the third. Think, oh, game's over. 4 in the fourth. Both teams got 1 in the fifth. Carolina got 4 in the sixth. LSU got 1 in the sixth. Thinking the game should be over. LSU gets 2 in the eighth. Game should still be over. And LSU gets 2 in the ninth. And just frustrating as you run out of pitching. Chris Veach got the loss for this game. I just don't know why we kept him in there. I mean, he had already thrown 65 pitches on Tuesday. He went 1.1 innings, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned runs, and 1 strikeout, no walks. I mean, I get it. Nobody's available. Go to Matthew Becker. He pitched less. I just don't understand.
The pitching was just completely bad. I like Chris Veach, and he's a great pitcher. Well, I don't know why he threw 23 straight changeups. It was weird. And then when he did throw the fastball, it was bad. They just kept on smashing it. I don't know why we left him in the game. I don't know who our other option was at that point, but if we could have found someone, I bet you, like, we just needed a change of pace. Like, anyone would have been better. We could have pulled a baby off of the stands, and it would have been fine. But nothing was working for us yesterday. Defensively pitching, the errors on defense were absolutely wild. They made me livid. I mean, I know Bringling made that awesome catch and all, but it was in a. I hate when we make amazing plays and they're in useless situations. Like, that catch was good, and it could have done something if our offense could have scored in the ninth. Which, no shame to the offense because they were scoring all day, but I don't know. It's just the defense, the pitching, everything to do that's not hitting was very bad yesterday. I want to talk a little bit about Cole Messina and the stuff that he's been doing. Do you think he is having one of the best, if not the best, SEC tournaments ever?
I think so. He broke the leader in RBIs. He already has 18 RBIs. I mean, this dude is, if he hasn't done anything, he's improved his draft stock. I mean, we want him to stay, but he might have played his way into second, third round talk. I mean, Messina ate it up this tournament. Today he's at the DH because he's been catching so much. But not only is he a great offensive player, he's one of the best defense players in the country. I think he saw, heck, I'm second team All SEC. Don't know how he got that honor. Should have been first team. And he said, I have something to prove here.
I completely agree. I mean, he's just been playing completely lights out. As you mentioned, broke the RBI record in only 3 games. His 4 home runs. He's been a complete and utter monster so far. I also want to talk about a little bit about Ethan Petry, because usually in a normal situation, when Cole Messina is just being normal and Ethan Petry is just being their normal selves, when we talk about Messina, we talk about Petry too, but I think he's been a little bit overshadowed, but he has been a good piece. He did make a crucial error yesterday, though.
Yeah, frustrating error by Mark Kingston decided to go back to that tip it at short. LeCroy third. Cassis hit first, and Petrie and right and Blake left. But I mean, that
Obviously not working.
horribly. You had 3 errors with that defense, and probably 3 runs wouldn't have scored if we hadn't made that mistake. I mean, easy ground ball to town.
I just want the normal hitting, the normal defense all game. I don't know why we're doing the weird defense.
It wasn't smart, and it lost us the game. Now there are other things you could point to. Like going back to what you were saying. Sorry, went on that ramp. Ethan Petrie has been playing good, but it's all about getting on base for Cole Messina. Blake Jackson has been an on-base machine as of late, hitting by pitches, walks, base hits. If you have Petrie and Blake Jackson on, they're not going to walk Cole Messina. That gives Cole Messina a chance to hit a homer, get a base hit. This has made him so good in the tournament. If you're top of the orders getting on base, can't walk Cole Messina, and Cole Messina did damage doing that.
Yep. I want to talk for a second about some of the other scores around the SEC. I believe, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Arkansas got eliminated by Kentucky, right? You won it, and I believe Texas A&M got eliminated too. If you told me in the beginning of the series that after that one of the first teams to be eliminated after the first round would be Arkansas and Texas A&M, I would have called you a liar. So what do you think about that?
Really stunning. You see the bottom of these teams, the Vanderbilts, the South Carolinas, the LSU, even Mississippi State, they're fighting. They have something either getting in the tournament, hosting, maybe upping their seed. They have something to fight for. These Kentucky's, these Arkansas, these A&Ms, they already know they're going to be a national seed. They already know they're hosting. So I don't want to really say they're not trying, but they're not worried, really. But it's still really surprising that all these teams have gone this far. And speaking of seeding, we're talking about, has Carolina played their way into a 2 seed? D1 baseball projected 64, field of 64 as the Gamecocks back on the 2 seed. Gamecock Digest reports. And I assume if Carolina's on the 2 seed, that means LSU will be on the 2 seed as well. I can't imagine LSU's not on a 2 seed. And Vanderbilt probably on that border, see what they do. They're in the winners bracket as well as LSU. You think the Gamecocks are a 2 seed and LSU a 2 seed as well?
I think if we win today, we definitely are a 2 seed. I would say it all depends on today for if we can become a 2 seed. But what I want to focus on a little bit more on the seeding for us is if D1 baseball already has us as a 2 seed, do you think if we continue, or not continue since we just lost, but keep on doing good in the tournament, we could possibly bump up back to a top 16 1 seed?
No, absolutely not. We ask this question every time. I don't know why you set this up. It's too little, too late, man.
I guess so, but D1 baseball has put us up a 2 seed. Maybe a couple of borderline 1 seeds keep losing, and we blow every team out, including Tennessee. That would be kind of good.
Nah, you lost 6 going into the tournament. They're not going to put you that high. You're kind of lucky to be kind of revived yourself. Hoover's a great place to revive yourself. But nah, they ain't going to be one.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. I was just asking. On your opinion, I don't know. I think today if we win, we're 2 seeds. So that's good. But we do get to go to the semifinals if we win. Should have gone yesterday and could have had a break today, but no break for us. Even if we do win, don't know about winning. It's a tough team to beat in Kentucky. They're very good. They have a star power lineup. The thing is, I keep thinking to myself, how is Kentucky this good? Because if you remember in the preseason, Kentucky wasn't like one of those teams you thought was going to be a top 5 team in the country the whole year. So what do you think is happening to make Kentucky so good?
Kentucky really got a lot of transfer portal guys. They got smaller schools. They got guys that have fallen off but have come back, and that's really helped Kentucky. South Carolina's got some great transfer portal additions. Ty Good, Garrett Gady, Blake Jackson, Jones, Parker Nolan. You can name these guys. But the transfer portal really solidified Kentucky's roster this year and made them a surprise team this year.
I want to move on a little bit to a little bit of ACC actions. Our bitter rivals Clemson have lost their game 1 of their pool play. Now, I don't follow the ACC tournament, but I do follow Clemson, and I want them to lose every game. I wish they would go like 0-60 or something. But they lost their game 1 of their pool play. Do you think there's early exit for Clemson and Stock in the ACC?
It definitely happened. They played today. I'm not sure how the ACC tournament works. This might be an elimination game. It says pool play on ESPN. Got no clue what that means. I think it could also be one of the Tennessee, Arkansas kind of A&M type teams. Like, hey, listen, we're national seed. We already know probably the third, fourth team in the nation. Really, no point. We're just gonna really save our guys. We're gonna play as hard as we can, but we're gonna save our guys. So I think that's the same type of thing with Clemson. No need to overreact, but you'll take the Tigers losing some games.
You know, with Clemson, they're projected as a probably top 8 seed, but they could fall off. If they were to lose, say, something like 12-0 today, do you think they could go off of the top 8 seed and not be able to host a super regional?
Absolutely not. Clemson's done way too much.
Okay.
They've had a great resume. Been number 2, number 3 in the nation. They won't fall.
Okay.
They went on the mound today against Kentucky. We've noted how he struggled in the past. How do you think he's going to do today against the Wildcats?
I think he will have I think he'll have some struggles, but not as much as you might think. I think the defense today, I don't know what's going on in Hoover, but our defense has been horrendous. I think it'll continue to be horrendous. And I believe that in the first couple innings, there will be some errors that lead to maybe 2 or 3 runs.
Yeah, that could definitely happen. Defensive struggles. Dylan Eskew forced a lot of ground balls, so a lot of for defense to make great plays, make bad plays. Definitely don't want to criticize their defense, but it could definitely happen today.
Yeah.
Today's a very big game for the Gamecocks. You want to be a definite seed. That game last night hurt so much. You want to get a second chance at LSU. How do we beat Kentucky today?
I think you beat them with bat speed. I think what we need to think is just to swing the bat hard, and if we use our bat speed, I think we can crush, because their pitcher can throw like 95 miles per hour. So we send it right back at them, put some doubles, home runs, lots of singles. I want to use a lot of bat speed.
Yes, definitely for sure. I just have a feeling today. Gavin Costas kind of struggled yesterday. I just have a feeling he's going to have a good day. Maybe even hit a home run today. I have a feeling.
Yeah. I certainly agree. Now, I want to talk about another interesting game. I want to talk about Tennessee versus Mississippi State. What do you think on that?
I'm actually really excited to see this game today. I think Mississippi State's going to win this game. I say Mississippi State 3-1.
Me too.
Mississippi State is on that border. They want to host. They want to maybe host a super. I mean, this is just a really big game for Mississippi State, and I think they'll come out here ready to win. And I think Mississippi State will win this game today.
Mississippi State fans across the country are definitely watching this one, and I actually think that they're going to want it more, and they're going to take the dub against Tennessee. I'm not going to go 3-1 like you. I'm going to go a little more high scoring, very close, 5-4 Mississippi State. Watch it come true.
Definitely. I mean, Mississippi State had a really underrated year this year. They're ranked number 15. So, credit to Mississippi State. They've had a really good season, and they're really putting on the SEC tournament besides the loss to Vanderbilt last night. And a very good game. That's a very good game.
Yeah, if I had to choose a team that needed to win the most today, it would be Mississippi State.
Yeah, I would go with the same thing, either Mississippi State or South Carolina today, because both have a lot on the line. But yeah, I would definitely go with Mississippi State. But circle that game, Tennessee, Mississippi State. It might be one to tune into, as well as the South Carolina, Kentucky game later today.
Now, I want to win this game so badly to get our revenge against LSU. I don't want to look too far ahead, but if we were to go against LSU, who do you think the pitcher would be?
I would go Garrett Gainey. Obviously, SQ started today. I think Garrett Gainey is enough rest. You could definitely make the history legends, but I feel confident in Garrett Gainey if he were to start this game, excuse me. And I want Garrett Gainey putting fastballs in there, and I want to strike Michael Braswell out 5 times. I'm done with Michael Braswell, man. Credit to him. He hit the walk off last night, but it definitely hurts me, and I'm sick of Michael Braswell. As sick as I am of Jake McCoy.
Yeah, I would want to go with Garrett Gainey too because, in my opinion, the Gamecocks have really. I think we should not be saving any pitchers because I think the semifinals that should be our goal to get to, and we just want to win that semifinals. So I want to use our best pitcher for the semifinals against LSU, and what would look really good for the case of the 2 seed would be having us in the finals. So I think we need, if we were to win, to have Garrett Gainey out there because, in my opinion, he is the Gamecocks' best pitcher.
See, I think if we beat Kentucky, I think we are going to beat LSU. I just have this feeling, I think the bunch will be ready. I think they'll be motivated because I bet that hurt a little bit. It was a great game. Credit to LSU, they grinded, we grinded, but they felt like we didn't have everybody pitching wise. They had a lot of bullpen wise. We really let their fourth through hitters really hit. We were so worried about Tommy White, Jared Jones, Michael Braswell at the top of the lineup. We kind of forgot about that middle of the lineup, and that kind of killed us.
Um, I agree, and I have an interesting stat to point out. Um, South Carolina before yesterday had not won a game, or not lost a game after leading since the 8th inning. So I I mean there has been a lot of blown leads this season, but we've been pretty consistent in the 8th and the ninth. Do you think that was an anomaly? And if we were in that same situation today, we could pull off the win?
I don't, but I think we'll definitely have a shot at winning today. I think our pitchers and our hitters give us a chance every day. I would love for it not to be as close. It's really stressful on me. I bet the players too. But I think Arkansas showed it, LSU showed it, and I bet Kentucky's going to show it today. These are just great SEC teams going at it and battling until the end. And the SEC is not supposed to be blowouts. It's supposed to be great hard fought battle. This conference is so deep.
Yep, I completely agree. Um, I want to talk for just a second. With Cole Messina having the series that he's having, do you think, since his draft stock's probably improving, he will leave for the MLB or no?
This is really hard. I don't want to get fully into this, but I think there's a big chance. Now, my only thing saying he wouldn't is his brother is coming to South Carolina next year. He can throw 100. I mean, this dude, Carson Messina, he's good out of Somerville High School. That's my only question. But I think if Cole Messina is a second, third round draft pick, I think he'll leave. Ryan Bakes behind him has showed some promise to catcher this year. Obviously, Dalton Reeves, a fifth-year guy. He's going to be leaving next year. So I think if Cole keeps on improving, I think he could be a second, third round draft pick. And you don't want these guys to leave, but you want to do what's best for these guys. So I think that could definitely be what's best for Cole Messina next year.
All right, I think it's about time to wrap it up. What is there any last topics you would like to talk about?
Yeah, hopefully Carolina gets a win today. We'll come back tomorrow morning and try to give you a Kentucky recap podcast. I don't think we're going to get to it tonight. Apologies for the late episode here today. We appreciate y'all joining us. Please like, share, subscribe, 5 stars, everything that. We appreciate you listening to the SEC Baseball Nerds podcast. I'm Patrick Brown.
And I'm Daniel Helms, and thank you for listening to episode 4.